Всем привет, с вами Крейзи Хамстер, мы продолжаем проходить квест «Сломанный меч» или Broken Sword. В прошлый раз мы с вами сходили, точнее, слазили в канализацию, нашли некоторые улики, связанные с клоуном. Все это показали, продемонстрировали нашей Николь, и она обнаружила, что в носе клоуна есть адрес магазина проката костюмов. И, собственно, Джордж собирается туда отправиться, чтобы узнать, кто покупал костюм, ну или брал на прокат костюм клоуна. И, может быть, помнят эту личность. В общем, отправляемся в путь. Уж не будем с бабулей с этой разговаривать. Магазин костюмов, отлично.
Excuse me.
Bonjour, monsieur. Please, come in. Welcome. Leave the mundane world behind, for in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't want a costume.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Not that I remember.
Incredible! You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
Have you heard of a man named Plantile?
I do not recall anyone of that name.
Какая-то, блин, корова с рогом.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see how I can help.
Don't you keep a record of costumes that you've rented out?
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then, I'd like to check your records. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
Impossible. There are too many.
Главное, уже нет карточки, что он полицейский. Не получится продемонстрировать.
The clown I'm looking for is a cold-blooded killer. Give me his name, and I'll see he's brought to justice.
I'd help you if I could, but you can't expect me to remember all my customers. You see, the clown costume is our most popular line, monsieur. On average, we hire out more than 30 clown suits a week. You'll have to give me more to go by. A description, perhaps?
How come clowns are so popular?
I think it has something to do with their unpredictable nature.
Personally, I think clowns should be banned, along with mimes.
Oh, come now. Who doesn't love clowns?
Me, for one. Does this dirty tissue mean anything to you?
Всем пока заложивается салфетку.
Let me smell that.
Ух ты. Чувак, да это круто.
Bestheimer's number 7 white pancake.
Theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Thespian accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
What does this tube mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Ну-ка, еще он что-нибудь скажет, кому он продавал?
About this tissue.
I have already given you my professional opinion.
Я думал, может, он просто еще что-нибудь скажет.
Do you recognize this man?
Ah oui, he was here this morning. He chose 2 costumes. Bozo the clown and Seamus the pixie.
A pixie?
Very smart. Green silk with a taffeta lining. He gave me his name as Monsieur Khan.
Тоже интересно.
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
Но это же их как-то не иметь дела, это же костюмы на прокат. Естественно, вы имеете дело. Так, и чё, все?
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Huh? Well, okay.
Ты что-нибудь сделает. Или передаст.
What are you trying to do, kill me?
You did not find it amusing?
I never saw the funny side of electroshock therapy.
Eh bien, it is yours to keep. A gift?
Do I need a license?
No, but I give you a word of warning, monsieur.
What?
Remember to switch it off before you visit the toilet.
Да уж. Представьте, не отключи. Писать расхочется. Надолго.
I gave the dummy Puro a tentative prod, but it didn't move. As I was about to touch the dummy, I realized it had the same color eyes as Nico. The strange thing was, I hadn't realized I'd noticed the color of Nico's eyes.
Ты не раскрывайте такой ничего мужику, а то он нас не простит. Очень веселая музычка.
As my fingers closed on the plastic novelty, I realized my mistake. It was a novelty, all right, but it wasn't plastic.
Сука, на Клауди! Не знаю, здесь вам так же смешно, как мне. Чувак, не хочешь нам руку пожать? Где насрал?
Excuse me.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you want this buzzer back?
No. You...
Ладно.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur.
Да. Не могу остановиться. Куда же нам теперь-то отправиться? К Николь или в полицейский участок? Кстати, все, магазин костюмов так прям, типа, все закончили, да? То есть он неактивно горит. Место происшествия... Там мы, видимо, что-то не доделали. Фотографию может показать. Ну, пойдемте. О, чувак вернулся. Может, ему инструменты отдать?
Hi.
You're the guy who gave me the tip, aren't you?
Ой.
Huh?
The racehorse, Salahedin.
Oh, yeah, but
I put every franc I had on that horse.
listen,
Ой.
My lifetime savings, next month's rent, everything.
Oh,
Biggie.
God.
She won by 3 lengths. I'm a rich man.
Ого.
Call me Lucky George, the punter's friend. So how come you're still here?
I'm not going to let my newfound wealth change me, not one bit. I bought this hole, fittings and all. Now I can come and go as I please. No more clocking on or completion schedules. No foreman breathing down my neck. Thanks to you, I've found paradise.
I'm getting a mushy feeling in my chest. But not half as mushy as your head.
What do you want now?
Офигеть, да? Мы чуваку-то помогли, смотрите. Ну, не знаю, электрошокер. Смысл? По порядку, наверное. Попробуем.
What do you make of this clown's nose?
It would be more amusing if you were wearing it.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
I borrowed this tool from you while you were gone.
Keep it. I can afford to buy a new set now.
Do you recognize this tissue?
Certainly not.
Ну, не хочется на руку держать. Ну, ладно.
Would you like to shake hands with me?
No, I wouldn't. One of the real pleasures of being rich is not having to be polite.
В общем, ничего мы не можем с ним сделать.
I gotta go.
Don't let me keep you.
К этому сходим. Может быть, он... Если открыто, конечно, идет. Это он поди закрыл?
Hi there, remember me?
Ah, mais oui, Inspector. Have you found him?
Who?
The man in the sewer, of course.
I'm, sifting through the evidence.
Ah, rather you than me, monsieur. That reminds me, someone's been impersonating you. Came sniffing around just after you gone. Bold as brass. He tried to tell me he was a policeman. Inspector Rousseau, he claimed. I didn't tell him I'd been talking to you, not hours before.
Thank goodness. Impersonating a police officer is a serious offense. A man with so little respect for the law must be desperate.
As my father used to say, desperation opens the door to the devil. He was always coming out with things like that. Stupid man. So, when you are not exploring sewers, what do you do?
I take a lot of showers.
Oh, very good, monsieur. A policeman with a sense of humor.
Отпад. А этот, посмотрите, уже работа любимая, да? То возмущался, теперь... Ах. Джордж может так и попасться. Ну, не знаю, дайте по порядку.
Take a look at this false
А мы ему
nose.
показывали уже.
You showed me before, monsieur.
Да, да.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, I do. It's that villain I told you about.
Did I show you my tool?
Oh, oui, monsieur. Just like mine. Except that it is much smaller.
Что за намеки?
Did I show you this tissue?
Да.
Oui, monsieur.
Shake my hand. Go on, shake it.
You're joking, aren't you? Nothing personal, but you've been mucking about down this sewer.
Да он же в душ ходит в перерывах. Ладно.
I have to be going.
Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
Так, интересно, что ж мы... еще здесь не доделали, может, с инспектором нужно будет поговорить. Или с этим, как он там, Сержант Каро. О, кафе-то уже забили, смотрите. Все. Все уже изменилось, и нажать здесь ничего нельзя. Печально. Ну, здесь вроде бы... Я так думаю, что все, наверное, доделали. Еще раз попробовать понажимать.
I decided I'd had enough of messing with...
Интересно, он снова полезет? Да, смотрите-ка. Полезет. А нам сюда вряд ли нужно и опять у этого чувака вылазить. Или нам нужно отправиться куда-то еще по-хорошему? Меня вот эта вот решетка смущает. Почему мы должны с ней что-то сделать? Ну не этой же фигней пытаться. Мне кажется, это вообще как-то... Да, что делать, действительно. Сейчас опять у этого такие. О, а его так, кстати, нет. Мы, может быть, сможем здесь пошариться, пока его нет. Это интересно. Видимо, поэтому мы
The
здесь...
fountain had probably been attractive at one time, but now it looked like an old stained urinal.
Но вообще, да, возможно, поэтому у нас было не все доделано, потому что мы здесь-то не походили.
The door was locked. The door was locked.
О,
Hello again.
Yes, Inspector.
да ничего.
I have to be going.
Good luck, Inspector.
Ладно. Посмотрим сейчас. Может быть, теперь полицейский участок. Смотрите, здесь же нету этих ни сержанта, ни инспектора. Значит, они, скорее всего, в полицейском участке. Значит, мы сможем с ними поговорить. Чувак. А, вот, кстати, инспектор. Хотя это мы инспектор.
Excuse me.
Ah, Monsieur Stobart, n'est-ce pas?
That's correct. You remember me.
The retention of such data is part of my duty as a gendarme. That is how crime is fought, through attention to detail, not intuition.
Yes, sure. Do you know a man named Khan? He's a shifty-looking guy with a scar on his left cheek.
No, monsieur. Has this man any connection with the bombing of the cafe?
Yes. I believe Khan was the name he used when he hired the clown costume. Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Угу.
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur. Stobart is here to see you, monsieur.
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
Подозрительный какой-то.
Hi, Inspector. Remember me?
But of course, Mr. Stobart, my mind is a well-ordered faculty. A mental classification system that's the envy of the Bibliothèque Nationale. No tricks, mark you, monsieur. Just exercise. Just as our muscles waste through inactivity, so our minds decay. But there is no need. If only people would learn to exercise their wits daily.
If he was trying to impress me, it worked. He was pompous and patronizing, but he had style.
Eh bien, if you called about the bombing, you're too late. Investigations have been closed.
But
Have been taken off the case.
Опа.
what about the murderer, the dead guy?
It is out of my hands.
Don't you want to know what I found out about the killer?
I told you, monsieur, the case is closed. I have washed my hands of the whole affair.
Then I'll have to continue my investigations without your help.
No, you must forget the business of the clown completely. Go back to being an ordinary tourist, Stobart.
Что-то какие-то там мутное что-то происходит.
Did you find out the ID of the guy who was killed in the explosion?
I already knew who he was.
I heard that the bomb victim's name was Plantar.
Your sources are reliable.
He was a big shot at the Treasury, wasn't he? Maybe that's why you've been taken off the case.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I cannot comment.
What was that psycho-detective business you did in the cafe?
It is my theory that the passions evoked in violent crimes create ripples in the ether, invisible to all but the possessor of a highly developed and receptive mind.
I'm impressed. Can you bend spoons, too?
I didn't think a man of your obvious intelligence would stoop to mockery.
I'm not mocking. I've had personal experience of the power of the mind. I used to get ignored at parties until I read a book that changed my life.
Really? What was it called?
Hypnotism for Fun and Profit. He looked at me as if I'd farted at a funeral.
The power of mesmerism is a rare gift, not a party trick.
You're not going to try any of that psychic interrogation on me, are you?
Do you find the thought of my probing distasteful?
Let's just say I'd rather you didn't. I've got more doubts than doubting Thomas when it comes to mysticism.
Too bad. I think you would make an interesting subject under controlled regression.
The day I let anyone mess with my mind hasn't dawned yet.
Значит, Джордж он с гипнозом обладает. Ну, давайте это потыкаем, чего уж там.
I found this tissue in the sewer.
It would have been best if you'd left it there.
Да.
Would you care to shake my hand, Inspector?
Please don't be offended if I decline your offer, Stobbard. The palms of my hands are particularly sensitive.
Ага, прикиньте, мы такие его шокером. Вас тут пристрелил.
What do you make of this, Rosso?
It is a tool for gaining access to sewers.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No.
It's the face of a killer.
The man who bombed the cafe?
The photograph was taken soon after the explosion. He'd escaped through the sewers, leaving a trail of clues behind him.
Circumstantial evidence, Stobbard. None of it proves a thing.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
I'd imagine it means you have not given up your pursuit of the clown.
You're absolutely right.
Так, ну и, видимо, это все. О чем можем поговорить с ним.
So long, Inspector.
К сожалению, он нам не сказал ничего такого, чтобы помогло нам продвинуться. Чтобы мы знали, куда нам отправиться или еще что-то подобное. Ну ладно. Ну что, все, что мы можем, это отправиться к, собственно, Николь. Потому что будем с бабулей разговаривать.
Salut, George. What news?
I've been to the costume shop.
Yeah, I like it. What are you supposed to be?
I didn't hire a costume. These are my clothes and you know it.
Did you ask about the clown?
Yeah. He used the name Khan. He hired 2 costumes, the clown and a pixie.
Then we're one jump ahead of him.
How do you make that out?
He probably plans to use the pixie suit next time he kills.
Oh, God, don't let it be me. I don't deserve to die at the hands of a pixie.
Don't be silly, George. That won't happen.
Oh, no?
No, because every time you see a pixie, you're going to run like hell.
Прикиньте, такой везде, где только Альфа видит, с криком убегает.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking? Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
И?
The guy at the novelty shop gave me this.
What is it?
A hand buzzer. You put it in your hand and give people electric shocks.
Why?
It's a gag. A practical joke.
If you ever use it on me, I'll break your arm.
Okay, okay. I get the picture.
Он, по крайней мере, не стал пробовать изначально, да? Просто ей показал. И что нам, собственно, делать? Салфетку и смысла нет показывать. Еще раз
Do you want this photograph back?
No, you keep it. I can always make another print.
Звонить нам некому.
May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Кому можно звонить? Тодрику смысла нет. Сама Николь. А давайте попробуем Тодрику позвонить.
Hello? Who is this?
Mr. Todrick?
Oh, it's you again. What now?
The man I'm looking for is called Khan. He bought a suit from you, remember?
Mr. Khan. Yes, I remember him. Yes, I delivered the suit to his
Oh.
hotel. The Hotel Ubu. I don't remember the room. It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Khan.
Отлично! Все правильно мы нажали. Класс.
Now we're getting somewhere. Do you know the Hotel Ubu?
Yubu? Yes, I do.
That's where the clown stayed.
Good work, George.
Класс. Можно?
See you later.
Where are you going now?
I could go hang out at the Hotel Ubu.
Watch out for Khan, George.
Don't worry, I will.
И Эльфа тоже берегись. Отлично, смотрите, мы продвинулись. Это меня радует. Но здесь есть такие небольшие, видимо, расхождения в игре, ну, то есть варианты. Как мы могли напоить эту бренди или не напоить, видимо, больше... Ну, когда спрашивают, например, говорит, да, нет, и там какой-то диалог из этого будет. Здесь можно звонить было с места, где кафе, или от Николь. Ну, то есть вариантов здесь, собственно... Но я не думаю, что пока они на что-то сильно влияют на сюжет, поэтому... Отель у нас появился, отлично. Интересно, как это переводится. О, какие-то странные чуваки. Мы не в опасности в случае? Я пока не стала с ним просто так разговаривать. Никаких комментариев. Попробуем зайти, но нам, наверное, не позволят этого сделать. Да нет. Хотя типа какие-то подозрительные. О! А, с телефоном не нужен. Давайте наверх. Смысл разговаривать здесь с кем-то. Пока что. Пока не сможем ничего выяснить, тогда отправимся разговаривать с людьми. И среди нас пустили.
The door was locked.
Ну и все закрытые, ключи у него внизу.
The door was locked. The door was locked.
Пойдемте вниз. Пробуем поговорить с портье.
I want some information.
Who are you? The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Do you know a man named Plantow?
No, monsieur.
Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so. The man who calls himself Khan has a scar on his left cheek.
Vraiment? I tell you, I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not, but I noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the scar.
Скрывай, да, что? Слушайте, а может ты его током долбануть?
What do you make of this tissue?
Do you wish me to dispose of it for you, monsieur?
Hey, no! It could be useful. I'm holding on to this.
As you wish, monsieur. Perhaps you would like a little plastic baggie to keep it in?
Nah, it's fine the way it is. Hey, shake my hand.
I'd rather not, monsieur. I'm still sore from the shock administered by one of the guests. He was secretly concealing an electrical device in the palm of his hand. Practical jokes are so puerile, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Тоже интересно. А вдруг он там же был в магазине, и тут и ему подарил шокер.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
Do you recognize this red nose?
No, monsieur.
What do you make of this tool?
Stunning, monsieur. I bet you handle it like a professional.
Can you tell me which room the man in the photograph has taken?
Oh, no, monsieur. That information is confidential.
Давай!
Would it make a difference if I told you the guy in the photo was a murderer?
We are accustomed to catering for celebrities, monsieur. Movie stars, politicians, royalty, sporting personalities, they all stay here.
Да, и ставит их в один ряд с убийцей, да?
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes, you did, monsieur.
Видимо, все на этом.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
Нам надо как-то его отвлечь.
There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
То есть он так заглянул, да, все-таки умудрился. Нам не дадут здесь ключ.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
What?
You are trying to steal that key, no?
No way.
Ну, с людьми, наверное, поговорить надо. По крайней мере, попытаться. Честно, даже не без
Excuse
комментариев.
me. Didn't I see your picture in the news?
Нобелевский этот.
You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life? You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know a guy called Plantow?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh, well, this guy's dead anyhow.
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
I'm, sure you have. Have you seen a clown?
I beg your pardon?
The clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England. Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear, with much support.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
Что же страна-то интересная это?
Do you recognize this man? He calls himself Khan.
Yes, I know this man. Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective. What's your interest in Khan?
He is an enemy of my people.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst other things.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
Ну, стоит Нобелевскому лауреату всю нашу хрень показывать? Давайте.
Does this goo-smeared tissue mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
May I shake you by the hand?
I do not shake the hands of imperialist dogs.
Now that's a real bad attitude problem you've got there.
Да, оскорбил нас.
Have you any idea what this tool might be used for?
I cannot guess.
Would it mean anything if I told you it was for lifting drain covers?
Such technology fills me with wonder.
Да, Нобелевский лауреат, да?
This is a photo of Khan, right?
That is just one of the names by which he is known.
This is a photo of...
That is...
Мог бы еще какой-нибудь назвать?
What does this clown's nose suggest to you?
In my country, we have no use for clowns.
I'm glad to hear it.
They were dealt with most severely in the last cultural cleansing.
What about the mimes? Did you get them too?
All gone. Our streets are mime-free.
Sounds like heaven.
Вот как Джорджу нужно
Thanks for your
отправляться.
help.
Goodbye.
Ой. Стойте.
I figured the lady at the keys wouldn't appreciate a duet with a musical illiterate like me. I figured the lady at the... Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Главное, что ее мы можем про ключ спросить. Интересно, а Нобелевского лауреата почему-то не могли?
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organises fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Ну, явно это не он.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
I guess I am.
Good heavens, I must be dreaming.
I don't think so, ma'am.
Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
I'm a detective. We do these things.
Now you're being ridiculous. If you can't supply me with a plausible explanation, I'm not interested.
I really need that key bad.
I'm not convinced I should help you, darling.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
То, что был, я думаю, это Нобелевский лауреат. Но, видимо, нет.
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Понятно. Но она и на нас тут что-то, по-моему, запала слегка. Она, видимо, на всех западает.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
А ведь мы могли вначале про фотографию, да, спросить. Получается, всю историю не узнать сначала.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. Do you know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
Ну давай, тогда помогай нам ключи достать.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
And that's why you want the key?
Yes, ma'am.
I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case. But a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
Отлично.
I say, you there, flunky?
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewellery for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Все с собой.
Over to you, my dear.
Давай, Джордж, скорее.
There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
Так, ну, собственно, ключ мы добыли, и, видимо, теперь мы сможем зайти в номер. Но я думаю, что шариться по чужим комнатам мы будем уже в следующей части. Хорошо, что мы неплохо так продвинулись, и вообще продвинулись, и не застряли. Мне это радует. И вообще мне эта игра очень радует. Надеюсь, вас тоже. До встречи в следующей части, и пока.